Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to take a look at a Rainbow EZA showcase for this Strength Android 21, and we're going to do the Android 16 in the same video. There has just been such an overwhelming amount of units, guys. I've been trying to do a lot of these EZAs in pairs, and it works out because a lot of the units actually link together in their best setups use the other unit anyways, so it's worked out. Some of them I'm doing single showcases, but it just depends. So for this Android 21, by the way, I'm going to show you here, I did a bunch of stickers, and her sticker is actually okay, but the huge disappointment with her is look at her transformation. There's literally no sticker effect on her transformation. Absolutely, I've never seen that before. I just don't know if they forgot or they literally just don't have anything on there with her to actually do an effect with. So at least her main sticker is alright, but yeah, it's kind of crazy that she got like no sticker effect on the other one. So let's take a look at Android 21's passive. So her leader skill is actually quite significant. I would say Android 21 might be the actual best Android's leader right now. So she's Android's category 3 key and 160 to all stats, which is very nice. And then her super attack effect is immense damage and recovers 12% HP. So very odd that she doesn't like raise attack or defense or like lower attack or defense. Like that's a very common thing. But I think the devs feel like recovering 12% HP is kind of busted, and it is. It's a very good effect. So just having that consistent HP recovery, I think, is actually quite good. And then when we take a look at her passive, she gets key 3 and attack and defense 120, plus an additional attack and defense 21 while performing a super. So I kind of feel like that replaces like the super attack effect. Like she's getting a nice little buff on super there. And then she gets another attack and defense 21% if HP is 80% or more. And then the attacked enemy loses defense 21% attack and defense for 2 turns. So literally, they make up for her super attack effect not having an attack or defense raise, because in her passive, she has an attack defense raise and an attack defense lowering effect. So I think they did a really good job, and then they gave her the 12% heal on top of that. So very, very good. And then if we look at her transformation here, she's key 3 in attack and defense 150, plus she gets 15% on start of turn, right? And I'm going to see here, does she... And then actually her super attack effect actually changes. She actually infinitely stacks attack after transforming, and then she lowers attack and defense. So that's like a more traditional one. So she no longer heals 12% on super, but she just recovers 15 at start of turn, which is even better, right? And then she gets an additional attack and defense 21% and disables enemy's guard while performing a super, and then another attack and defense 21% if HP is 60% or more. So they definitely built her where you want to have HP very high, but she has healing in her kit, which is very good. And many of the units you would run her with also can heal very well as well. So right now she is at 11 additional 20 crit. I originally built her with 20 crit and I haven't adjusted it. I might balance her a little bit more with some more additional in there, just because like she infinitely stacks attack in this form. So I definitely want to get some additionals from her, which I did put some additionals on her orbs there. And then you can see I've kind of got her mid-level linked, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and look at Android 16. Android 16 greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and does supreme damage to the enemy. And his passive is attack and defense 100, plus an additional defense plus 40% per Android's category ally on the team up to 160. So I was originally going to do like a crossover team because it's hard to find an Android's lead, but his passive, Android 16, really wants to have other Androids. And I could have like filled the team with like Android crossover, but then it wouldn't have been like the build I wanted. So I did end up finding an Android's lead. He has a high chance of guarding all attacks, plus an additional attack plus 16% whenever guard is activated up to 80. So it's going to take a while for that to build up because the guard doesn't guarantee to activate every turn. If they had given this guy guaranteed guard, he would be an absolute god. With the chance to guard, it's still okay. We'll kind of see how he does here, right? And he literally has not been linked at all. And he's not on very many teams, right? So there's not a lot of places you can use him. But I think he is a fairly decent unit. So we'll check him out. So we are running an Android's build. We are doing the AGL Android 13 as the leader. I am going to run Android 21 on rotation with this free-to-play 21. I really feel like this free-to-play 21 is due for an EZA. She's going to be absolutely insane after an EZA because she's a support unit and she links very well with the STR21. And then Android 16, he doesn't have like crazy linking partners, right? So one of his better linking partners is actually the LR androids, and then they do exchange into a 16 where he links actually quite well with. The problem is they're a support unit, so the 16 is going to be getting supported, right? what's going to happen is they're going to exchange in the 16. He's going to get better links, but he's going to lose the support. So actually, when he gets more links, his stats might actually go down a little bit because we're losing the support. So we'll kind of check that out. This 18 is going to be my main support unit. I'm running around like kind of floating. And then these guys will be supporting for a little bit, but eventually they're going to transform. I wish he was an active skill so that we could just keep him as a support unit, but that's just how it goes. So turn 1 here, I'm going to keep this 21 on rotation because my STR21 is going to float on, and I'm going to get the 16 off rotation with the androids on the next rotation. So android 16, 250k defense turn 1. He is being double supported, but he's only got 1 link active, so that's a very good start of turn, like turn 1 defense stat, especially considering like he has a bunch of passive to build up yet. He has high chance to guard. Yeah, the 16's looking pretty good defensively. Keep in mind too that 16 isn't going to be like blowing you away attack wise. He is really meant to be like a defensive wall unit, which I do like that design. I just wish he had guaranteed guard. I know that might be a little bit busted, but I don't know. I don't know that it would have broken the game or anything. I'll have to be careful about this free-to-play 21 because she definitely can get me hurt. So 1.6 on turn 1 for 16 here. Once again, it's not a great attack stat, but watch what he's going to do defensively. He's just going to tank this. And he did get the guard, so you saw his attack went up there because he guarded. So that was very, very good. Okay. So what are we going to do here? We need to keep these guys on rotation. We're going to float the 18 and Krillin because eventually this guy's going to transform. So I don't want him floating around. Sure, LR androids will get them an 18 key super. By the way, it's kind of convenient that we got this 21 and the 16 because on JP, we just found out that they're getting an Android 17 and 18 joined forces unit as their next Dokkan Fest, which means androids in future are going to be getting a really nice buff coming up here. And JP's already gotten some EZAs for like the free-to-play future 17 and 18 to kind of set this up. But I'm pretty sure, pretty confident that the AGL LR androids are going to EZA. A decent chance that like Goku Black and Zamasu could EZA because it's kind of like Future Saga. Adult, or I should say Future Gohan, like the physical one could EZA. Like a lot of possibilities for some buffs in this next celebration on JP. Alright, so we've got Android 21. We're sitting at 4 links here. We're at 160k defense. So what are we going to get for a turn 1 attack stat for strength? 21. Oh, I forgot to mention, I should talk about her transformation effect because this is actually quite vital, right? So I forgot to mention this in the intro part here, but her transformation condition is a 40% chance of consuming cell and transforming when HP is 40% or more starting from the 4th turn from start of battle. This is quite significant because this is the first time they have actually made a transformation condition better upon EZA, which this gives us hope that for units like AGL Gohan, Goku Black, units like that they could actually get better transformation conditions. The year 3 LRs, I think they could get better transformation conditions. Because this 21, it used to be 40%, or what was it? When HP, I think it was, we had to have 50% or more HP, and then I think it was from the, wait, was it the, yeah, I think it was still the 4th turn. Or yeah, sorry, it was a 30% chance of consuming cell, and I think her HP had to like be 50 or 60%. So the conditions got better for her, which I think is very, very nice, right? Okay, so what are we going to get for our first attack stat here? We are type disadvantage here, so we could get hit pretty hard from a super. Okay, so 3.7. 3.7 is a pretty solid attack stat considering she's not transformed. And once she transforms, she's going to start stacking and going crazy. All right, what are we going to take here type disadvantage? Okay, that was good. I mean, granted, this Goku doesn't hit the hardest, but we'll take that for sure. Okay. And then we're going to have this Android 13. Yeah, like the power creep with like all these new units, new EZAs. It's just like some of these Dokkan Fest like 13 just not looking impressive right there at 2 mil for like a Dokkan Fest leader unit. Yeah, not that great at all. Alright, so 16's only got 3 links here. Like I said, he's not like, he doesn't have like the craziest link set in the world, right? Defensively at 236k defense. We're going to put him in slot 1. Hopefully he'll get his guard to activate to help our defense passive a little bit more. And he should be gaining attack on hit. Yep, that was not guard there though. 2.7. So his attack is definitely getting up there now. Once again, he is a unit that needs to build up. His animations are pretty cool, though. They took it right out of Fighters, which I think is really cool. All right, so 21. 21 here is at 163k defense. Basically, the unfortunate part with 21, right, it's just like random chance. So sometimes, because right now she could have transformed, so we missed that 40% shot here. So we literally just have to keep going until RNG tells us she transforms. 3.8, very solid attack stat, right? Like, these are good numbers. That's the only thing I don't like about her transformation, though. It's just complete on RNG. It's kind of like Aged Alturalis, which I don't like that. Because obviously, you want her to transform as soon as possible, because then you can get that attack stacking going. So I'm hoping that she'll maybe transform on the next turn. We just got to make sure our HP, we keep that above 40%. We can't let that dip. Right, so now this is where things get kind of crappy for our leader here. He's going to transform, and he's going to lose the support passive. So now all the turns that he's floating around, we're going to be non-supported in that slot, which is fine. So 16's defense is going to dip a little bit. Yep, 217k, so we got a little bit of a dip there, but we'll put him right here in slot 1. Let 16 take some hits, build up a little bit more. Hopefully we get the guard to activate here, because he does get a defensive buff every time he guards, I think up to 80%. Okay, that was guard. That's good. Anytime you see the down arrow, that means you got the guard. So 2.7. So attack stat isn't crazy, but 2.7 for a unit that, for like him, that's just like a defensive juggernaut, that like that's his main focus. Like, that 2.7 is actually a very solid attack stat, because he's more of like a utility type unit. He's not meant to be like your main on rotation attacker. He is a good on rotation unit though for like Super Battle Road, like a nice defending unit. Like, I do really like that. Alright, so what do we got here? Alright, there it is. We got it. Nice. So the 40% triggered. We got her transform fairly early. Very, very nice. Okay. So unfortunately, we're not getting support in slot 3, but I think the next time she pops up, that Android 18 should be floating back around. So, alright, so we got 4 links active here. 160k defense. Do we get any more? Ooh, she actually links okay with Android 13. How are we going to do this? Wait, do I? Hold on. Hold on a minute. Does it make more sense to leave her on rotation with just the 13? She's getting 4 links. 2.6. Hold up. Yeah, I might just leave her on rotation with a 13. I don't know. I kind of want to leave her with 21 so I can get the double supported turns. We'll leave her with the 21. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Whis here, because 21 could definitely get crushed here. The free-to-play one, I should say. So we'll do that. And then, yeah, 160k defense still. But she's getting, in the middle here, we're getting 6 out of 7 links. And actually, she would have big bad bosses also if our health was low enough, because I don't have her level 10 big bad bosses. So that's the other thing, guys, you have to keep in mind, is she's a big bad bosses unit. So she shares that with the 21 and the 13. They all have big bad bosses, right? So what we might try to do is on the next turn, if we can take some damage, we don't have to get crazy low to get in big bad bosses range. It is level 7, so I think we just got to be like below 90% or something pretty much. That actually right there may have been enough. So here's a 5 mil attack stat. And remember, this is 5 mil and she's stacking and she did not have big bad bosses active. So she's only, well actually, if that first attack put us in range, that may have been with big bad bosses, actually. Let's see what our health looks like. Oh, actually, yeah, that was big bad bosses. So that was 5 mil with big bad bosses for sure. Okay. So I think I had put on a Whis last time. So that Android 18 on the end would actually get slaughtered. But I think we're going to be okay. I'm purposely not going to grab the tech orbs because I actually don't want to heal. I want to try to stay in big bad bosses range as much as I can here. So 239k defense, very good for 16 there. Very solid. Once again, he does have that high chance to guard, which is useful. Not guaranteed, but let's see if we get a guard off here. 3.5, wow, he just shot up right there. It makes a huge difference when he's got that extra support on rotation. Wow, 16 just gave him the business there. So yeah, 16, like, he's not like the most insane unit, but for how defensive he is, like, I'll take that 3.5 mil attack stat. That's very, very good. Alright, so what do we got here? Okay, so here's the thing. We healed up because 21's ridiculous, but I'm okay with my free-to-play 21. She's got type advantage, but very weak defensively, right? 40k defense, she probably will still take damage from normals. I'm okay leaving her there. Maybe she'll get us in the big bad bosses range. We'll see. Let's see what happens here. I would take a super. Okay, took a little bit there. I don't know if it's going to be enough with another normal. Oh, and she dodged anyways. Okay. So 4.4, yeah. So I think this is without big bad bosses now. She's at 4.4. So that first turn with the 5 mil, that was with it. But remember, she is infinitely stacking attacks, so she should get stronger as we go through. So I definitely want to try to get at least maybe 2 more turns with her and let her stack up a little bit. But yeah, so far I'm happy with these. Like, Androids definitely needs the help. Like, Androids, and especially Android 21, she's like a very cool character, so I'm glad she's kind of getting this love here. We just need that free-to-play unit to get an easy A for sure. Alright, and I am working, like, the Android 21 is on my link leveling team because I'm trying desperately to get her big bad bosses to 10. Alright, we took a good deal of damage there. So here's what we're going to do on this turn. So 16 here, right? He's not linked crazy, but he's at 217k defense. So we are going to exchange out into our LR16. And what's going to happen, he's going to link a lot better now, but he might actually lose defense because he's not getting the support passive, right? So let's see what happens here. So now, yeah, we're getting tough as nails, which is a really big link. Oh, his defense did go up because that tough as nails is really good. So I'm going to put him actually in slot 2. Let's see. I don't know. Look at the key, though. The key is a struggle here for 16. Wow. Alright, so we're going to put the LR in slot 1 and hope that the LR doesn't finish him off. I think I brought key items. Yeah, we're going to have to use key item. Kind of unfortunate we're lacking the key here. But that's what happens when this 16 isn't supported, because he doesn't have like crazy key links or anything, right? We actually can heal up a little bit here, I think. Alright, let's see what we got. So 4.3 from this LR. Like, back when this guy came out, like, this is a like very solid attack stat for him. It's just not by today's standards, right? Alright, and then 2.5 from 16 here. Once again, this is no support. This is just links, right? So 2.5 isn't bad, and his defense was actually looking really good. Ah, no guard. And see, that's the thing. It's like he doesn't guard at all then for the whole turn. I think Strength Namek Goku, he works for like every hit he has a chance to guard, which I like better. But I don't like this, like you either get it or you don't. If he had a chance every time he got hit, I think that would be a lot better. Alright, let's take another look at 21. Remember, it's kind of tricky with 21 because part of her passive scales on having higher HP, but then we want big bad bosses. So normally it won't be an issue because big bad bosses would be at level 10, right? Do we get anything additional from 18 here? No. Alright, so we're going to go right here. We have big bad bosses right out the gate. I think we're going to make this the last turn here. 214k defense, which is definitely solid. She's raising attack on super. I'm not going to heal there because I don't want to get myself out of big bad boss's range. We'll finish with a nice fat Dokkan attack here for 21. And let's see what we got here. Okay, we'll just grab these. Okay, and 21 sitting at 5.5. So, yeah, just she's very good. Like, just solid amount of defense, very good attack stat. Like, definitely for the Androids team, like, she's definitely an improvement and definitely like a very nice fit there. And her healing is actually quite potent. We've been doing very well with that healing that she's providing for us. Yeah, nice 7 mil crit right there. Let's see how much she takes here. This is a type disadvantage shot, I believe. What's she going to take here? Yeah, 168. So she's definitely not a defensive juggernaut, we'll say that. But she does have healing and is putting up very decent attack stats, right? Alright, so anyways, guys, let me know what you think of this 21 and this 16. I think they're both pretty good. Nice addition to the Androids team. I wish 16 had guaranteed guard. I don't think he would have like broke the game or anything. Yeah, and we died anyways, right? So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of these two Androids. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all in the next one.